So Tanner, you had a fight recently, not that long ago.
Yeah, I just made my debut.
That's right. Want to know, baby?
How
Yes,
did
sir.
it go? Because since me and Dom don't know or didn't see it.
I won in second round TKO.
Dude, it was pretty crazy. It was kind of like a Rocky movie. Like it was kind of like cause dude, he was whooping the dude's ass in the first round, and then in the second round he was whooping his ass, but then he got caught a couple times, and then he just came back out of nowhere and knocked the dude out. It was kind of wild. It was crazy.
It was in MMA.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was his MMA debut. We've been training for like how long? Wait, how long were you training before that fight? It was like 8 months.
yeah, it was like 8, 9 months,
It
something
was
like
close
that.
to a year. Yeah, he's just been working with me and Taylor. He's been training for like 8 months, and he did his MMA debut, and it was nasty. It was what weight was it again?
It was supposed to be at 140, but dude weighed in at like 149, so then I bumped up to 145.
That's right. That's right. It
Holy
had it.
shit.
Mm.
Yeah, dude missed weight by like a ridiculous dude. He wasn't even close, but
Yeah,
Tanny took it by the nose.
and I walk around at like 135 too, so me going up to 140 was like already bumping up.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
that's
was
gotta
kind
be
of too
I
tough.
much.
feel like
That's some
it's
shit that
stepping up
I did.
longer. So
Yeah, Dom had to do that before too.
nice.
Yeah, I walked around at like at that time I was walking around light. I was walking around at like 133, like 135, and I fought somebody at 45.
Yeah, it's pretty much exactly what I did. Yeah.
So do you have another fight, or do you have an idea when you might want to fight next?
If there's any cool opportunities on the May 20th card, I was thinking that I definitely want to be in shape so I can take something. I don't think I will take something right away on May 20th, but if there is something like a good opportunity, another really good matchup for me, I want to be at least ready to take it, and then I do plan to for sure come back though in like July, August.
But what are you looking to fight at? You're looking to fight at 25?
When I'm a pro, but right now as an amateur, I just want to walk around at 135 and fight.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, he
smart.
didn't
Just
want
fight
to.
around at your what you walk around in, so you don't have to worry about cutting, killing your body.
Yeah, exactly. I like power lifted in high school, and I cut like a bunch of weight for that, so I hated it. I said, "Fuck that." We're just
Hmm.
pulling Frankie Edgar where we're walking on and
Yes,
weighing it.
sir. Yeah. How did that freaking dude? How did it feel? Like walking out, like for your very first fight, just walking out there. Like how did
It felt like going to fucking Disney World, and I was waiting forever.
It just felt like a long time. What number fight were you? Were you early or were you like a few fights?
I was early. I was the second fight, but it still felt like I was like waiting forever because like it felt like
It's that
5 days.
anticipation.
Yeah, exactly. The 2 day span from just like weighing in and facing off to actually being done with the fight felt like a whole week. But after that, it was just the fight was over, and then bam, we done. It was like instant relief.
Were you super nervous, or and then if you were, when did the nerves go away? Was it when you were walking out? Was it when you got in there?
I took the fight short notice, so I was nervous like the first week I took it, and then just hanging out with my coaches, and I was like, I let them know I was nervous, and then Taylor specifically asked me what I was nervous about, and then we went in the garage, worked on it, like came up with a game plan for that, like that exact scenario and how I could work around it. Antonio really put things into perspective for me as well. Like the guy I was fighting, like he's nowhere close on the level with the people I train with every day. So that gave me like a real confidence boost. And when it came to fight day and face off, like I wasn't really nervous at all. It just like when I say it felt like Disney, it felt like I was going to Disney World and I was waiting in the longest fucking ride for or the longest fucking line for like a 6 minute ride.
Hmm. It's good to be nervous though, like Teddy Atlas always says, it's good to have those nerves because then you know you're human and you stay alert. Your nerves is what keeps you alert because there's danger around. If you're too calm, too cool, you might get a little lazy and you might get caught. So being
Yeah, I
nervous
didn't
is
want
actually
to.
a little good.
Yeah, I didn't want to like underestimate him, but when I first took the fight, I thought I was gonna be so nervous to like I couldn't even walk out. Like my arms and legs were gonna be jelly.
Hmm.
Like I was really dreading that moment for a few days, but I got over it and like told myself that this is what we're doing.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, even what helped me, because even I get nervous, like even just sparring, I get super nervous. But I always think back what helps me, because it's hard. I think people deal with nerves differently. But what really helps me is when like I just think about how like Mike Tyson, he used to cry before his fights. So it's like if someone like Mike Tyson used to cry before his ring walk to fights, then being super nervous to where you're terrified or scared is just normal for everybody.
Yeah.
It's just something you got to deal with as a fighter.
Straight up, I feel like everybody feels it. Just some people are just really good at like hiding it and acting like they're not nervous. But
Hmm.
everybody.
Well, yeah, I feel like everyone's good at that. No one, like, I mean, any fighter that I see, no one looks really nervous. But like for me, I'm nervous. I'm not nervous in preparation. I'm nervous like when I'm in the back, when I'm hitting mitts and everything, and I'm seeing everybody else, and then especially like, so my last MMA fight, I was the second fight, and because of my blood pressure was so high, they moved me back to like the sixth or seventh fight because they were gonna cancel my fight. Good thing they didn't. But like I was watching guys that like were hit mitts and look really good come back and like get fucking like carried in. I was like, oh, what the fuck? So I don't know. I feel like for me at least in the back, I would be nervous. But once I like the bell rings and once I get hit once, it goes away. I don't feel anything.
I feel like we've all been there. I feel like the back is definitely the most nerve wracking. Like you're nervous all week, but like it hits its apex when you're back there warming up and hitting mitts and shit. That's when you're the most nervous.
Bro, and
And
the
like
scary and Antonio, the scariest thing, at least in my MMA fight, was I was the first person to win in my corner.
oh, that's
So
yeah, that
Oh,
everybody that came back fucking got knocked out or got fucked up, and they're cheering me on like, yo, you got this, you're first. I was like, all right, bro, you ain't gotta
oh
do all that, man.
yeah, no, dude, that's terrifying, especially
that
after being like the sixth or seventh fight.
oh man, dude, no, that's actually kind of low key got to make you feel good as hell though. Like you were the only one in that whole corner that was like
Well, the
that was
guy, I think the guy in the main event, he was a heavyweight. I think his name was Justin. He was in my corner as well. He won, but he was the main event, so he didn't like until my fight. Nobody won. It was me and him. We're the only ones in our corner that won.
yeah, that would have made me super nervous. Like if everybody around me was just coming back fucked up.
Yeah, we got kind of lucky for my first fight, or like I wasn't really warming up around anyone. We were on our own little back room.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
Taylor, we have these nice mats. Taylor brought them from the garage. We loaded them up in the car, and we didn't even warm up in the locker room. We went off somewhere else and laid out a mat, and we just warmed up by ourselves in a corner somewhere or in a different room.
Yeah, so I wasn't really surrounded by random people. I was like in a really calm environment. Like I was only with Taylor, Antonio, Rich Garcia. I was with like all familiar faces. My uncle like came back there too and like said what's up to me before the fight. So I wasn't really surrounded by like people I didn't know or like other people going out to fight. It was just like me surrounded with like me and my team. So I was like in a really cool environment for it.
So what's your preferred style of fighting? Like, do you like to stand up? You like to kickbox or?
I like to keep it on the feet. Like I can't I don't mind going on the ground, but I'm sort of like when I get dragged in the ground, I feel like I'm like in a pool and like you're a weight that's like dragging me in the water and I'm like holding my breath. I'm getting better at it, but
But you just
I'm
prefer
like
to stand up?
yeah, it's almost like I feel so much more comfortable like at a distance than up close in someone's face touching and grabbing them. I'd
Hmm.
rather hit someone from afar and be able to reset and see what I'm doing and collect my mind. I don't feel like I'm able to do that as well with jiu-jitsu or wrestling, or my mind just doesn't work the same with it.
Yeah, he's a really good striker. His nickname is Headshot, Tanner Headshot Leslie, for a reason, man. That's the fight was. It was a head
Headshot
kick.
dead.
We all put money on it.
That's good.
We all put money on that he would end the fight in a head kick. We all put $30, and it ended up being like, how much was it? It was like 215 or something.
Oh yeah, dude, it racked up.
A whole bunch of people. We all bet him. We said, if you knock him out with a head kick, we'll all give you $30, and he did it.
I liked watching back the fight because like I definitely didn't remember the whole thing start to finish, but I remember like Taylor like coming up to me out of the fight. He's like, "You just pulled that shit out of the fucking fire." He's like, "That was not your fight to win. You had every reason to quit. You didn't, dude. That shit was so fucking hype." That was like I was telling people at work the next day. I was like, "Dude, that was probably the best night of my life."
Yeah, that's when it's tough. That's when you learn, it's more than just physical. It's a mental thing. When you're tired, but you still have to fight. The danger's still there. You have to keep going. You have no choice, and you don't quit. That's what really real fighting is all about.
Yeah, exactly. Like when he knocked me down, I thought like he didn't chase me on it. I like looked at I was like a spring, like I landed on my knees and I looked back up at him. I'm like, oh, he's not chasing me. So I took my time getting back up. But like falling down, I was like, fuck. I thought I was done for a second. Same thing when I like tried to trip him and I pulled him on top of me. I thought I put myself in two fucked up positions, but
I don't know. We're kind of me when we were talking about it, we're kind of glad that he had a little bit of adversity in that fight because we got to see him overcome it. Like it wasn't like a easy. He went in there and took the guy out quick. Like he was whooping his ass in the first round, but then they both got tired and he faced a little bit of adversity, and then he got knocked down, but he got right back up like right away. It was like Tyson Fury. Like in that moment, a lot of people would have given up, like would have quit. It would have been too much for him. But that's why I'm happy that happened because he got up and he proved like he's a real fighter. Like I don't know. I feel like that moment kind of proved that he's kind of built for it. Because I feel like most people would have wilted in that moment right there. Did you guys see the fights?
No, I didn't watch. Well, I was at work. Saturday, I was at work.
Who
I
got to
didn't
see
even
this
know.
one?
I didn't even know they started that early.
Yeah, dude, they were at like 5 p.m. What the hell?
Yeah, they're
they
up
were
in
in
London.
London.
Yeah, I think Tanny caught him at work.
yeah, no, I found out they were going on at work because I knew they were going on the night.
How many did you see? How many of the fights did you see?
I just joined in the last card. It was like the third round of the Leon Edwards Kamaru Usman fight.
Shit. What do y'all think won that fight?
Yeah, dude, Leon. Well, from what I saw, from what I heard, everyone was saying Leon won the first and Kamaru won the second. And when I started watching in the third, Kamaru won the third, and then Leon won the fourth and the fifth.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't watch it, so when they said that he won, I hopped on the comments real quick on the UFC's page to see if anyone was saying robbery, and no one was really saying robbery. So I was like, oh, I guess he won convincingly.
Honestly,
I saw the highlights. It looked like a pretty even fight, and it looked like anybody dominated the fight at any point. Like there were like good points for each fighter at certain points in the fight, but it looked pretty even to me.
Are you guys shocked that Leon won and by decision too?
Leon looks a lot more confident. Like I feel like knocking Usman out the first time gave him a shit ton of confidence because you could see it at the weigh-ins. Like even Usman noticed it. It's like, oh, you talk now. Like he was talking a lot more shit. Like I feel like he believed in himself a lot more, and it helped him.
I don't know. It was a close fight. I watched the whole thing today on YouTube. It was a good fight. Honestly, I thought it was a tie because, at least in my mind, even if Leon won 3 out of the 5 rounds, because of the point deduction, all Usman needed to do is win 1 round, and he won 2.
What was the point deduction for?
Holding the cage. Yeah.
Usman was doing that their whole second fight, though.
So I mean,
Do you think he would have won
the cage
without
grab? Yeah, well, without the cage grab, I mean, Leon still won with the cage grab, but in my opinion, it was a tie, or Usman. Well, I can't say Usman won. I would say it was a tie. Without the cage grab, Leon won. I mean, Leon landed 108, I think, out of 161 strikes, 67%
Oh,
significant strikes. Yeah, it was.
Leon
He
was the
was
one.
clinical.
Leon's the one that was holding the cage.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were saying Kamaru Usman was the one that was holding the cage.
No.
Oh, so I mean, he got point deduction and still won. Then that's pretty
Still
clear.
won. Yeah.
That's pretty clear. What I'm shocked about. I mean, I'm shocked about that one, but what I'm more shocked about is that I'm kind of surprised Gaethje beat Rafael Fiziev, however you
I
say
am
his name.
too.
I'm kind of shocked at that one, to be honest. What do you think, Ricardo?
I don't know. I kind of expected Gaethje to win. I bet on Gaethje to win. I was more shocked by Edwards beating Usman. Honestly,
You
I
bet
thought
money?
Usman was gonna whoop him.
You bet actual money on Gaethje winning?
No. I have an app that you can like place bets like as if you were betting, but you don't like bet money.
Oh,
So I picked Justin to win, but I think I picked Justin to win by like 3rd round knockout. But he won a decision. And then I picked Usman to win a decision, and freaking I got excited when I saw it was a decision, and then when I saw who won, I was like, what the? I was like, how?
you wanted Usman to win?
I mean, I picked Usman to win, so of course I wanted him to win. I mean, I wouldn't really say, as a fight fan, you kind of don't want Usman to win because he lapped the whole division. So who would he fight next? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I feel like everyone wanted Leon to win just because, like,
it opens it up
with
again.
Leon winning, and there's so many storylines like Colby. I mean, everyone hates Colby, so there's always a fight with him. There's the Jorge fight.
Tanner doesn't think Kobe deserves the next title shot.
Hell
I
no, he
don't think
doesn't.
so either.
I don't think
Damn,
everyone is saying Bilal Muhammad.
everybody agrees with you.
I don't think Bilal Muhammad deserves it either.
No, I think Bilal does.
I don't. I
Even
think
though Dana did say he's gonna fight. They're gonna have him fight.
Tanner, who'd you say gets the title shot?
Oh yeah, with Leon, yeah, no, dude, he lost 2 in a row, and then the other talks were him and Jorge. But really, did you tell him? I was before it. We all got on Discord. I was telling him like how they should play it out since they got Gilbert and Jorge fighting. Gilbert's probably gonna fuck up Jorge, so you got Gilbert winning that, and then the fights to make after that would be Colby versus Below, and then Shavkat versus Hazmat Shemaev, and then winner of that would fight Gilbert most likely, and then winner of Gilbert, and then between those two would go on the fight Leon in July.
I would like to see Gilbert versus Leon because Gilbert's only had 1 title shot. Kobe already lost like a bunch already.
yeah, and he
that's
hasn't
bringing
fought
up
in a year.
Who
yeah,
hasn't
but
fought
that
in a
would
year?
Colby.
Colby, but that would
Oh yeah, that's right. He's been out for a while.
Hmm.
I feel like him fighting Below, if he won that would put him back in a contender spot. And then it would, while he's working his way back up, that would put a bunch of new face like contenders fighting for the belt. Hazmat, Gilbert hasn't fought for it in a while, like you said, or maybe even fucking Shavkat could get up there. I don't think he would, but he could.
I don't know. I mean, Bilal's on a crazy win streak. I think he should have got the title. I think he should fight Leon. They're not. They already. Dana, like I said, he already said that they're working on Bilal and Shavkat to fight. So that's not gonna happen. But I would think that Bilal fights Edwards, and then Colby fights Hamzat, and then the winner of Gilbert Burns and Jorge can fight the winner of Colby and Hamzat for the title. Like the winner of that fights for the title after Bilal fights Leon.
Tournament style.
But then again, too, like I'm looking at the rankings right now, you still have a couple people in here that like you can argue like that Jack Della Maddalena guy. He's ranked 14, but he's about to get a top 10 fight. Sean Brady is ranked number 9. I'm pretty sure he's on a crazy win streak as well. I haven't seen him lose. Like people are forgetting about Sean Brady. He's, in my opinion, he's one of the best in this division. So I don't know. There's a lot of matchups. This shit is stacked.
But you don't think if Gilbert Burns beats like let's say Gilbert Burns dominates Masvidal, like it's not even close. You don't think he deserves a title shot like the next one?
He
Maybe,
lost to
but
Hazmat, and then he just beat someone else. I forget who.
I'm not. What I think they should do is I think they should do even though they're gonna do Bilal and Shavkat, I think they should have did Shavkat and what's his name, Hamzat, and whoever wins that fights Edwards, the winner of Edwards and Colby. I don't think. I mean, again, I don't think Colby should have got the title shot. If anybody, it should have been Bilal because he's on a crazy fight win streak.
What's his win streak again?
So his last actual loss was to Jeff Neal, but since then, other than his no contest with Leon Edwards, he's won 8 fights.
In a row.
8 fights in a row, except for he went 4 wins, then he had that no contest with Leon Edwards, and then he got 4 wins after that. But his last win was against Sean Brady, though. That's the only thing that's like, you didn't really beat anyone like in that top 5.
And that was almost a year ago.
Yeah, you didn't beat anyone in that top 5 to get a title shot.
They don't give him big name fights. That's the only problem. He's like Habib in the beginning. Like Habib wasn't fighting anybody in the top because nobody really knew him until he beat what's his name? I forgot who he beat after Dan Horcher. He smashed somebody and then that really propelled him. But like I think Bilal is so underrated. I mean, again, I don't see him as a champ, but he should at least. I mean, he's on an 8-5 win streak. I would think he would have got a title shot by now.
Who are his last couple fights?
Sean Brady, Vicente Luque, and Wonderboy, Steven Thompson.
But that was when Vicente was a top 7. I think Vicente was top 6 or 7. Sean Brady was top 5. I'm pretty sure that knocked him out of the top 5. So those are 2 7 and up ranked opponents.
So let me ask this then. Who does everybody think deserves the next title shot at welterweight?
Winner of Bilal and Shavkat.
Yeah. I mean, if they weren't doing, see, this is the whole fucked up thing though. Colby should have never got this fight. I think he should have fought Hamzat. And then I would think, to be honest with you, the winner of Hamzat and Colby deserved the title shot before Bilal and Shavkat. But because I think Hamzat's beating anyone in this division, to be honest with you.
Honestly, I honestly don't think why, I honestly don't understand why he hasn't gotten the title shot already.
Yeah, he's a huge draw.
He just
beat Gilbert Burns. I think Gilbert Burns was like number 2 or number 1 in the division, and he beat him.
Who else? Like who the hell else does he have to beat? Like,
I don't even know who they're gonna match him up with. Like, who do you like? Colby's fighting the title. Usman just lost, so you have Bilal who's fighting Shavkat, Gilbert Burns fighting Jorge. Like, who's Hamzat gonna fight? Like, there's nobody.
Why is he not fighting Leon? I don't understand. I don't know why it's Colby.
Like, Hamzat would have to go back and fight Wonderboy, and he would kill Wonderboy. Or he would have to fight like a Sean Brady, but Bilal already beat Sean Brady. So, like, he's not gonna go back from 3 to fight number 9. There's no fucking way. So I don't know what they're doing.
I think Colby just set it up right. Like he's the one that was there talking a bunch of shit and promoting himself, and Leon Edwards was feeding into it. And
Well,
plus, I think Leon Edwards knows Colby Covington is the easier fight than Gilbert Burns, so he was probably feeding into it on purpose too.
To be honest with you, I think Colby's a harder fight than Gilbert.
Yeah, for sure. I think they should just do. I don't know. It's hard to pick who's the real number 1 contender right now, because Bilal would be, because he has, you know, the biggest win streak. But the problem is he hasn't really beat any of the bigger names. He hasn't really beat no one that anyone really knows for sure, and would be a solid contender. He hasn't beat someone that fought for the title before. That's the problem. So I think the next one shouldn't be Colby. It should be, they should wait for the Gilbert Burns and Masvidal fight, and then the winner of that should get the title shot, in my opinion.
But then too, you got to think too. I mean, this is like a hard thing to put in here, but Connor's there too. Connor's been talking shit and talking about 170. So if he beats Michael Chandler at 170, he's right in the picture as well.
He's definitely getting the title shot if he beats Chandler. 100%.
Well, he's not getting it over Colby. Dana already said that. But over all these other guys, most likely.
First, but I mean, yeah, after that. because that I mean Connor and Chandler is still a little ways away from now too. So like that fight couldn't happen anyways.
Or I know what they could do. Islam just called out Leon Edwards. Why don't you do that fight, him and Islam, and then that gives you time to sort out everyone else in welterweight to figure out who's the next contender.
Tanny, who do you think wins that one?
Islam versus Edwards.
Yeah.
Leon.
Dude, that's close. That's a really close one. Like I feel like if he couldn't beat
I feel like
I feel like if he couldn't beat
Islam-
Alexander Gustafsson or not Alexander.
Volkanovski.
Alexander Volkanovski. If he could beat Alexander Volkanovski, I don't know how he's gonna do against Leon Edwards because Leon Edwards he can handle that kind of style. Like maybe not as suffocating as him, but I mean he's dealt with guys with that style before pretty well. I don't know. That's a really freaking close one. I don't know if I could decide that one. What do you think, Dominic Ricardo? What do you guys think?
That's a hard fight because I mean Leon's good against like wrestling. I mean he has really good takedown defense and whatnot. His striking's really good, but I don't know. Islam, I feel like Islam, even though he's like again like he's only lost once at 155. Um, it's a huge weight cut for him, so I feel like he might feel better at 170.
That's true.
So I
That's
don't know.
true.
To be honest with you, I have no clue. Like if I had to bet money, it would be on Leon, but then again, I'm pretty sure Islam kills himself to go 155, and I don't think he's at his best at 155. I think he would be at his best at 170 if he just carries more weight and cuts to 170. Um, so I don't know. I feel like Islam would be better at 170 than 155.
I
I
kind of agree with that because he's already huge.
Yeah,
I
he's huge.
I think it just depends. Who do you think is the better wrestler? Even at their respected weights, regardless, who do you think is the better wrestler overall, Usman or Islam? Because we just seen Leon Edwards be able to handle Usman's wrestling. If we think Usman would be too big and strong for someone like Islam, then there's no way Islam is going to be able to get him down and do what Usman couldn't.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's the exact point. Like he's handled guys that can do kind of the same things that Islam can do. He's handled that kind of style before pretty well. Like Kamaru Usman is a freak, man. Like that dude is a literal animal. If he can wrestle with him, he could probably I don't know. I feel like he could probably wrestle with Islam.
I don't know. It's a different type of wrestling though.
It
Like
is. It's a different,
like
completely different
Kamaru
style.
really just goes in for singles and doubles and uses his upper body strength and angles. But Islam really uses his bottom half, trips and sweeps and manipulates the body to where he can get his legs involved. So I don't know, man.
And to be completely fair, Leon Edwards did fight Kamaru Usman 3 times. Like he's
Yeah.
completely familiar with him. Like he knows him like the back of his hand. So it probably wouldn't be as easy if he fought Islam. I
But
don't
if-
think he'd be familiar with it. I don't know. I got Islam. All y'all got Edwards. I think Islam can get him. I feel like if he could take him down, one time, I think he could get him. I don't know. Actually,
I don't know actually, because Watcher thinking back on the Usman fight, literally last night, dude. Leon was getting him with some knees. So if Islam's shooting and commit to like fucking takedowns like Marab was, where he's shooting 42 takedowns a fight, you could definitely get caught. Because he's
I
not.
just
I
think
feel like he's going against a Volk, where Volk caught him. Where now he's going to be going against someone with striking just about like on the same level, if not better than Volk. And then he's going to be going. I think Leon's going to be able to hit him harder too. Which, granted, he'll have more of a chin, but Leon's definitely he's going to have him on striking for sure.
I think Volk. I don't know. I think Volk is just going to be a little bit awkward for him because like Kamaru just he strikes with you and he throws punches and then he gets close and then he just shoots in on you and then clinches up with you. But Islam kind of sets up takedowns differently. Like he sets him up off of strikes. Like he sets up traps and makes you fall into takedowns sometimes. I think he'll be able to I don't know. I think he'd just be a little awkward for him. I think he'd be able to get him. I feel like Leon Edwards would be able to beat him in a rematch, but I think the first time Islam would get him, like by decision or maybe by submission, first 2 rounds.
I don't know. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard seeing Islam like before he looked so unbeatable, but after that Volk fight, it's so hard seeing Islam go up and fight anybody up there. I think if he'll
Is
have a hard time against Colby, he'll have a hard time against anybody up there, just because he had such
I
a
don't
hard time against someone so small like Volk.
I don't know. I think Volk is just a freak, dude. I feel like Volk could do that. I feel like Volk would do well against any welterweight, to be honest, or
No.
any lightweight, not welterweight, lightweight. I mean, I
Yeah,
feel like he'd
lightweight.
do well against any lightweight. I meant to say lightweight. My bad. I feel like he'd do well against any lightweight. If we're being, I think Volk is just a freak. I think, like, I feel like he could. Volk could even do good against Leon Edwards. I don't know if it's just that Islam couldn't do good against a little guy. I feel like any other little guy on the planet, Islam would probably tear to shreds. But I feel like Volk is just different, in my
Yeah, I
opinion.
mean, I can see that.
I think Islam. I think Islam.
So
I mean,
you
I don't think he's trash just because he lost to Volk. I still think he could. I think he could beat Leon. I think it would be a close fight. I'm not saying he absolutely would beat him, but I think he could.
so the
50-50.
fight that it looks like they're making is Leon and Colby though. So if that's the fight they're making, who do you? I honestly like Colby though. I still think Colby will beat him.
I don't know. I think Kobe. I think Kobe got this one stylistically.
I
If
think
we're being
Kobe would win too.
Kobe is just a not the same sort of. I'm just cardio wise, and he's more in his prime, and he's faster. He's just kind of like a Nate Diaz, but a little bit better, in my opinion. I feel like I feel like stylistically he got that one.
I don't know. I'm on the Leon Edwards wave. I don't see I see him losing, but I feel like it'd be more to like Hazmat or like someone in a newer wave. I don't think Kamaru. I don't think like Kamaru didn't take him out. I don't think Colby's gonna take him out. I think someone newer is gonna take him out, like Shavkat or Hazmat or shit. Maybe even I don't see Gilbert taking him out at all, but I see Shavkat or Hazmat beating him for the belt.
I see Gilbert taking him out. You're tripping. I can see Gilbert taking him out for sure. I think Gilbert can. I mean, he could. I think Gilbert could wrestle and grapple with Leon Edwards, and I think his striking is better. So I think he could beat him.
You think Gilbert's striking is better than Leon?
I mean, it's he's so explosive. Like it's different. Like it's not as like rangy and as technical as Leon's is, but it's just a different. It's like comparing Aldo to Conor McGregor. Like McGregor's this methodical kind of like a, you know what I mean? He's more technical and he sits on counters, and then Gilbert is just like, or Aldo's like this explosive, super twitchy freak that he just attacks you and blitzes you,
Yeah, and you
and
see how that fucking panned out.
that's true.
Nah, but I mean, I think Colby would beat Leon only for the simple fact that when I watched the Usman fight today, Usman would pressure him. That's why it was such a close fight because Usman was always in his face consistently, but he wasn't really like he was so hesitant with his strikes. Like Colby would press him and really like unload and then come down and get a takedown. Usman really was like taking his time, picking his shots, and trying to get him in a perfect spot to take him down. I think Colby would be too much.
So now here's the thing, right? If Colby does win and Colby becomes champion, right? I like it, but I don't like it at the same time because I like it because I think he'll be in much more fun fights with everybody. Everyone he fights, I think it would be much more fun because of his style, his like cardio, push the pace type style. But is he gonna fight once a year? Like that's the only problem I see.
I think the problem with Kobe being champion is that he's a vulnerable champion. Like I feel like he's got like one and done written all over him. Like he wins the belt and then he loses it in like the very next fight.
Yeah, but who would you think if you had to pick anybody to beat him, who would you think beats
Chimaev.
him?
Yeah, I was gonna say Hazmat.
But the thing
Chimaev.
is though, I see Hamza beating everyone in this division. So you could say that about literally anyone who wins the belt.
I think Shavkat
Yeah,
beats
but I
Hamzat
think.
though.
What'd you say?
I think Shavkat beats Hamzat. I just think I
I
don't
mean,
know.
I could see that too, but I feel like those two, in my
They're so
opinion, those
similar.
two are the best. In this division, those two are the best. And like what Antonio said, he thinks Kobe's one and done. If Hamzat fights anybody in this division, they're one and done. If Shavkat, I believe, fights anyone in this division as a champion, they're one and done. If they fight each other, then that's different. That would be a crazy fight. But I don't see anybody beating Hamzat or Shavkat.
Okay, so then we've had
Hamza
like
also has trouble making 170 though, right? He's missed.
Uh,
Yeah, 'cause he
Hamzat
missed.
Chimaev.
yeah,
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 he
he
missed
missed
the
weight pretty
previous fight by
badly.
like
They
8
they
pounds.
was yeah they
I
were
think
saying
Leon
that I
Edwards
think his
missed weight a
next fight
couple
is
times.
middleweight.
I think most welterweights have trouble making weight. I think Leon missed weight a couple times, right?
But no, I think Dana said that Hamzat's next fight is at 185. If I'm not mistaken.
Oh.
I'm not sure. I mean, he has been calling out Alex Pereira, so maybe I think his next fight might be at 185, and then he just might go to the title if Pereira beats Izzy.
Dude, he will literally fucking kill both of those guys.
Oh, Hamzat would kill Izzy and Pereira.
Dude, yes. Dude, he would drag them to the mat and they would have no clue what the hell to do with him.
Yeah, but that's if he can get in range, though. I think with Pereira, it would be easier because he doesn't really use his length. He gets into firefights. But Izzy, if he was to fight Izzy, man, those really long leg kicks and those jabs, he could keep away from him for most of the fight. It's just a matter of if he can get him down once and wear his ass out.
That's my thing because it's a 5-round title. It'd probably be a 5-round fight. And I literally I don't see Adesanya stuffing. I don't see Adesanya keeping himself upright for 5 whole rounds against Chimaev. I don't think he could do that.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
does
know.
Chimaev have the gas tank to do it for 5 rounds because he did gas out against Gilbert Burns in 3.
Was that a 5-round fight? No, that was a 3-round fight.
That was in 3,
I
and
thought
he
that was a
gassed out
5-round
quick.
fight.
He gassed out after the first.
Hazmat also has way more problems at middleweight too. Like, yeah, he can let's say he does jump up there, beat Pereira and Izzy. He's also got Robert Whitaker. I feel like he's got a few other people that might be challenging for him. Paulo Costo, fucking Marvin Vettori.
I kind of agree with that. I kind of like his chances at welterweight a lot better.
Yeah, like the matchups, there's nowhere close to as well as him. I think Robert would honestly beat him.
So we've had 3 like long welterweight, kind of like reigning welterweight champions. Like Kamaru reigned for a couple years, Woodley reigned for a couple years. What's his
GSP.
name? Robbie Lawler reigned for a couple years, and then there was the GSP era. So like the welterweight division kind of has like a history of like reigning champions. Do you think like Leon Edwards will defend it a couple times, or like if not, who do you think is gonna?
Well,
Nah.
Gonna be the
they're
next
saying
guy welterweight?
if they're saying Kobe's the next fight, he's not beating Kobe in my opinion. So I don't think so.
Well, if he's not beating Colby, I don't think Colby's going to be a champion for that long. So then who's the guy that's going to be like the next reigning champion for a
Shavkat.
couple years?
Shavkat or Hamzat. One of the two.
I think Hamzat.
Let's just say if Hamzat goes up to 185, let's take him out of the picture. I think Shavkat's going to be the next one.
We could all agree on that. I think.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. I think unless Gilbert Burns wins. I still like Gilbert Burns. Fuck y'all.
I like Gilbert too, but I don't see, bro. He lost to besides Hamzat, who else did he lose to?
He lost to
He lost to
Usman.
Usman.
Yeah, but I think he's gotten a little better since then. And plus, he had Usman in a couple of moments in that fight. He really did. I still think he had.
What do you mean? He lost in the first 2 minutes of the fight.
He just dropped Usman. He dropped him in the very beginning.
He dropped him in the very beginning, and then after that, it was a fucking Usman masterclass.
I mean, it wasn't a masterclass. It was close for a while, and then Gilbert got tired and started getting jabbed.
He got tired after 30 seconds, Antonio?
Goddamn Gilbert. Well, I mean, he
30 seconds? No, bro. It was a masterclass.
He exploded on him with the freaking first.
He might have got too. Yeah, he might have got too excited.
I'm saying it was competitive it wasn't Kamaru Usman dominating the whole fight. It was competitive for a while until he got finished. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know about that, bro.
So
I don't know, man. I think Bilal is underrated too. Bilal has the tools to reign on this division as well. I just don't know. He hasn't really fought any. Well, I think Sean Brady is really good. Not a lot of people know him,
yeah, but he just
but
lost
and
to
he.
Bilal.
That's what I'm saying. I think Sean Brady's really good, and Bilal beat him like pretty damn easily. Like it was a pretty good fight, but Bilal really did away with him, and I think Bilal is really underrated. I think if Bilal gets the belt, he could reign for a while too. I mean, he's on an 8-fight win streak.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see him against higher competition and shit.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
for
hard. He
sure.
hasn't beat anyone with any of the big names, so it's just I don't know. It's hard for me to see. If he beats one of those guys, and the only guy that he was fighting that was a big name like that was Leon, and he was getting whooped in that fight. So that's the only problem I have. Leon was clearly beating him, and then the eye poke
That's
is
true.
what made it a no contest. So the only real name he's got, he was losing the fight. So that's what's iffy with me about Bilal Muhammad. But who do you think? Do you think Alex Pereira beats Izzy again?
4 times
Unless
in a
if he
row.
tries to take him down and submit him. I think if Izzy tries to wrestle him and get the submission, I think he can seek a win that way. But if he tries to stand and bang with him and find it like every way that he's gotten beat, like I think history's gonna repeat itself. But if he makes changes to his game and comes up with like a good game plan that probably uses grappling, because that's Pereira's weakest, like that's his most beatable concept about him. I think that'd probably be his best way to get the belt back. But if he tries to stand and bang with him, it's going to be a lot harder.
I think it's been shown that Izzy definitely can beat Pereira. It's not like I mean Izzy's like had him very, very close a couple times. Like it's not like he doesn't hold a candle to the guy. Every fight's been close. I don't know. I think Izzy pulls it
Yeah,
off.
no, I'm not saying that if he's been like dominated. I think it's just a matter of history repeating himself. Like I don't think if Izzy doesn't change his game plan like drastically, not well. When I say drastically, I don't mean like change his style. Well, change what like however he's doing. I just mean like if like I think he has other tools to utilize that would totally help him beat Pereira in MMA. But like in the other fight when he was wrestling him, he took him down in their fight, right? I didn't watch it, but I'm pretty sure he took him down in their fight and they started wrestling. And that's what was that?
He took Pereira down?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they started wrestling.
I don't remember.
He might have. I don't remember.
I got Pereira, to be honest with you. I don't. It's not like I don't think Izzy could win. I want Izzy to win, but there's just some things in combat sports to where people just got your number, bro. I think that was the same with John and DC, and a couple of other people. I just think that Pereira has
Tito Ortiz, Chuck Liddell.
Yeah, I just think that when it comes to this matchup, I think Pereira just has his number.
I'm lone wolfing it this time. I think Izzy.
No, I think Izzy.
Ricardo thinks Izzy would win.
Hell yeah, I'm an Izzy fan.
What you mean?
Yeah, I think Izzy will win. He did drop him at the end of the first round. He did get saved by the bell. So,
all right, so
I think that was one of the late hit. He swung it after the bell rang. So like Pereira's guard was already down and shit.
I don't think so. I think it was. I don't know. Was it?
Was
it after the bell?
I just know that he dropped him, but if he dropped him in kickboxing too. So if he dropped him in kickboxing too, he could do it again. And if he does it, I think if Izzy drops him, he finishes him. I don't think he'll survive.
He just gotta drop him early and stop dropping him at the end of the fucking rounds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the thing is too, I think Pereira's gonna see from the last fight. Once he pressured him and got him up against the cage and put his combinations together, he was landing a lot, way more than he was the entire fight. And if he would do that the entire fight and not like try and keep his range and really pick at him, tic tac here and there, I feel like if you really pressured him and did what he did in the 5th round, the whole fight of this next one, I don't think Izzy's gonna really be able to do much.
I don't know, but if Izzy wins,
I believe in Izzy. I guess I just believe in Izzy.
I do too. I definitely believe in Izzy. But if Izzy wins, Do you think they got to do the trilogy right away? Because who would Izzy
depends on
fight?
how
Izzy
he
already
wins.
beat everybody.
It depends on how he wins.
This
But
is gonna be if he wins, if Adesanya wins, this is gonna be another Moreno.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Fucking,
Yeah.
They're
this is
gonna have
gonna
to
be
fight
another
like 5
Moreno Hogan
times.
situation. There's
well,
gonna be another Moreno
well,
situation. Yeah.
there's only one difference though. They fought all 5 times in the UFC. Israel fought him twice in kickboxing, so it would really only be the 3rd time that they fought in MMA. But
if Izzy beats him, then they're gonna fight again, and Pereira's gonna beat him.
well, that's what a trilogy is. You
They're gonna
fight
play
3
it.
times. The only
Yeah.
I
reason
know, but
why the only reason why
if
Brenner
Izzy,
Moreno and him fought 4 times is because they tied once.
Hmm.
That's the only reason why they fought 4 times, or else they would
who
have fought
won?
it just 3 times like the normal trilogy, and whoever
But
wins
wait,
that, they got the reward.
so Moreno's up the trilogy, right? He has 2, and Figueiredo has 1, and then the other's a tie.
Hmm.
Yes. That's why they're probably not going to fight again, I don't think.
They're definitely not fighting again.
I think either way, Pereira will probably win the trilogy, but I think Izzy could. I think Izzy could at least beat him once.
I think
Yeah.
Izzy could do it too. I believe in him.
Do I want Izzy to win? Yes. I don't know, man. Pereira's a different monster.
All right, Ricardo. Me and you are when that fight card comes on, we're all gonna watch it together. Me and you are Team Izzy.
Yeah, I'm definitely Team Izzy. All day, every
I'm Team
day,
Izzy.
every fight, no matter who he fights. But now, I think now is the best chance. Izzy needs to win, and then he needs to try to go up to light heavyweight again. Because him versus someone like Jamal Hill, that would be a
That's
very
easy
fun
money.
fight,
I'm
and
not gonna
Izzy
lie, that's easy
could
money.
win that one easily. So he needs to win, and he needs to shoot for that double champ status. He needs to do it now. It's now or never.
Izzy moves too much. That would be easy money for Izzy.
And even if because who is Jamal Hill gonna fight next? I don't even think he has a fight lined up. Maybe Yuri Prohaska, but say
Yeah, I
they
think
fight
it's
and
close
Yuri
to
wins,
Yuri.
he could beat Yuri too.
I don't know.
I think if he wins, he needs to shoot for that light heavyweight. Fuck middleweight.
There's but that light heavyweight, what's his name? It's some Russian dude. His name's like Magomed something Ankalaev.
Oh,
Unc-
Ankalaev.
But
That'll
he
be the
fought
tough
Jan,
one.
and Dana. I don't think Dana likes him because Ankalaev
Yeah,
was
no,
talking
I
a lot
think
of
he won
shit.
that fight. I was gonna say he drew that. That fight was a draw, but I honestly think he won it.
I
I
think he
watched
won
that.
too, but I don't know. I think what Dana's gonna do is probably try and wait until Yuri's back and do that fight, and then they're gonna have Jan and Ankalaev fight other people, and whoever has the better performance would fight for the title next.
Or they just rematch since it was a draw.
I don't know if they will. Maybe, but
They should.
Dana didn't like that fight. He said that fight was boring as fuck.
It was. It was very
There's one-
boring.
Wanna who's an exciting fucking light heavyweight? Johnny Walker, dude. I love watching him fight every time.
He either knocks someone out or gets knocked out.
Yeah, we love those type of guys though.
Who was that? Who was that guy you used to make fun of for being like that, Ricardo? What was his name? I can't remember. Was it Dan Henderson?
Oh,
Nico Price.
No,
yeah, Nico Price. It was Nico Price. Yeah, because Nico
Yeah, it
Price
was
in
Nico
all his
Price.
fights, he
Yeah,
knocks the
Nico
dude out or
Price.
he gets knocked out every time. But
That's
hey, that's
funny.
why I love guys like that, because then you know you're gonna get a fight. You're gonna get a knockout either way. Either he's getting knocked out or he's knocking another guy out. You're getting a knockout either way, and we like those. So
Hey,
Yo,
man,
I don't know if you watched the fight. I think it wasn't this weekend or last weekend. I think it was last weekend. The Nikita Krylov guy. He looked good, bro.
oh, with
I
him
didn't see
when he
it.
fought,
Ryan Spann.
yeah, he looks good.
He looked good, so I don't know.
Yeah, there's so many guys now. There's so many guys in all these divisions. It's crazy. Like before, it was like only one division at a time would be stacked and crazy. But now it's like every division, they have so many guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really stacked nowadays. It's all right. I don't know. Me and Tanny are gonna be up there in a couple years too. and Dominic
Mhm.
and you in boxing.
All right, so there's one more fight coming up that I wanted to talk about. We have the next weekend. I think next weekend or a couple weeks from now. I think next weekend we have the Corey Sandhagen and Chito Vera fight. So that's a big one because
I don't know who wins that one.
yeah, it's gonna be a fun fight. But I think Sandhagen can beat him.
There's a bunch. Yeah, I see that one going either way. There's a bunch of bantamweight contenders thinking about it, and fights coming up thinking about it. You have Cejudo and Sterling coming up after that one, and then you have O'Malley looking for a fight too. You got Peter Yan in that division. He's going off a 2-loss fight though, so he might fight someone like Dominic Cruz or something like that next.
You know what the shitty thing though? Who does
That would
Sean
not.
fight? Like, who does Sean fight?
Yeah, they don't have
I
no
can
one.
see him fighting the winner of Cheeto Vera and Sandhagen for an interim belt, and then them fighting the winner of Cejudo and Aljamain for the undisputed belt. But I don't see O'Malley beating Triple C or Aldro Sterling.
And you
So-
don't want him fighting Marab. You don't want O'Malley
what I'm
fighting
saying.
Marab.
No, you do
That's what I'm
not
saying
want him.
because really what they should do if this was like I mean if you're a promoter, what you should do is put Sean up against Marab 1 and 2, and they would fight the winner of Triple C and Sterling, but they don't want
Marab
Sean
won't-
fighting Marab. Marab will fucking maul him. So I don't
Even
know
if
what
Marab-
they're gonna do with him.
Well, Marab wouldn't fight Aljo for the belt anyways, even if he was in line for it. He won his last fight, and Joe Rogan was talking to him, and he was like, usually when you're in a spot like this, you would ask for the belt next, but what's up next for you? And he said he's going to wait for Aljo to move up to 145 to fight for the belt.
Yeah, I mean I see that too. I mean, yeah, of course, but that's the thing. I think Cejudo would beat him though.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't know if Henry's gonna stay here for a long time or just wants to fight, get his name back in the picture, and dip.
No,
So,
he wants to move up. That's why he wants to fight bantamweight, and then he wants to go up. He wants the 3 titles.
so what I think would happen, at least what I would predict, since Marab said that he's waiting for Sterling to go up to 45, is let's just say Henry wins the title because I think he would win. Henry and Sterling, just because Sterling lost, they'll move up to 45. And then the winner of Corey Sandhagen and Marlon Vera will fight Sean for the title, the undisputed. And then Marab would probably either fight somebody in the meantime, and if he wins, he would fight for the title, or after the Sean O'Malley and the winner of Corey Sandhagen and Marlon Vera fight for the undisputed, like vacant undisputed, Marab would fight them.
Mm-hmm. I think what's best for this division is if Henry wins, and then he moves up, because then it opens the division back up. We don't have to worry about Marab hanging out at the top, not wanting to fight for the title. It opens it all back up, and then you could do the O'Malley, and then the winner of Sandhagen Vera for the. You could just do the interim title since Henry Cejudo would technically still be the champion. You could just do it for an interim.
Well, no, because if Henry wants to be double champ, or just wants to win this belt and then go to the other belt, I would think he would vacate and just have them fight for the vacated undisputed belt.
I don't think he will because he wants to have the 2 simultaneously. I think that's what he's gonna want to do.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe not.
I don't know if he tries to retain the belt. I feel like if he gives away the belt, he's leaving money on the table. So he'll probably just try to retain it as long as possible until they say you just got to give it up.
I think Henry just wants 2 fights. I think he wants to win this belt, and then he wants to move up so then he could say that he's the first person to win a belt in 3 different divisions. I think that's
3
what he wants to do.
Yeah.
Him coming back right away messes everything up. And then Marab not wanting to fight the champion messes everything up too. So that division is just all screwed up. You have all the top contenders right there. You have like 5 guys that should be getting a title shot, but now they all have to fight each other because, it's just all messed up now.
Yeah. And the shitty thing is too, who beats Marab? Like,
I don't know. His style's so hard.
His wrestling is so fucking good. I don't know who beats Marab.
I don't know either.
Who'd he just beat up? Peter
Yeah, like he beat him up like bad.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Like I'm not seeing, and I mean, granted, he's a far way away from fighting Marab, but the only person in this division, like this whole division, that I could see competing with him, besides Aljamain, because he's not gonna fight Aljamain, is Habib's brother, Umar.
Yeah, Umar Nurmagomedov.
But that's it. Like no one else will be able to hang with Marab's wrestling. Like literally no one.
Yeah, I mean, he's
Maybe
not gonna fight
Song
Cejudo, but
Yadong,
Cejudo
but
would
I
be.
don't know.
Didn't Song Yadong just lose? Yeah, he just lost to Sanhagen.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So, but he's still really good though. That was a close fight. He's still really good. So I don't know. They have a bunch of guys, man. That division is just all messed up right now. They gotta get after this Cejudo Aljo fight. They need to figure the hell out what they're gonna do.
Well, what they're probably, I don't know, man. I mean, Marab brought up Sterling fighting at 45, so I think if Sterling loses, I think he would move up.
So do we all think that the winner of Sanhagen versus Vera should fight O'Malley next?
Yes.
Yeah.
At least as long as it's for a title.
Oh, so you
Whether
think for a
it's-
title, not for a #1 contender spot?
No, I'm thinking
I think for
for
an
I'm
interim
thinking
belt.
for either a vacant undisputed if Henry leaves it, or for the interim.
All right, and then what if Aljo beats Henry?
Then I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, then everything is just fucked up because
Everything
Sean
is
O'Malley's
fucked.
the #1 contender, but realistically, Chito Vera kind of deserves the shot over him. So it's like everything is just so messed up. Like I said, the best case scenario is if Henry Cejudo wins and he just moves on. He doesn't fight
You know what now what I'm thinking. You know what could happen. Let's just say if Aljo wins and he doesn't move up, right? I think that Aljo would fight the winner of Sanhagen and Vera, and then Sean O'Malley would fight the winner of Rob Font and Adrian Yanez that's coming up.
That's a
Because
possibility.
I don't see them. I don't see Sean fighting Dominic Cruz, Song Yadong, or Ricky Simone. Those are the rest of the top 10. And I don't see him. They're not going to put him up against Marab. He'll fucking get mauled. So the only other thing that I could see is Sean fighting the winner of Rob Font, and because Rob is ranked number 6. If Adrian Yanez beats him, he would take his rank, so he'd be ranked number 6. That is the best rank that Sean could fight. That wouldn't be Marab. That's the only thing that I can see.
You think they might just give Sean the next title shot?
I don't think so. Especially not if Marlon beats Sanhagen.
It's tough. It's tough to do. Like I said, if Marlon wins, they put themselves in a very crappy situation because O'Malley's the #1 contender, but Cheeto beat him. So they're just in a very shitty spot.
I mean, shit. What they could do is if Aljo wins, Sean could fight Aljo, and then the winner of Vera and Corey Sanhagen could fight Marab. But if Marab wins, then it's just a shit show.
Yeah, you don't want Sean O'Malley. I mean, yeah, technically you could do Sean O'Malley Marab, but you don't want to.
No, I'm saying
Sean O'Malley is a
Sean
potential
fight,
superstar.
I'm saying Sean fight Aljo. And
Yeah.
then the winner of Vera and Sanhagen fights Marab.
You could, but I mean, that would make sense. But it is kind of unfair to Vera. But who cares?
No, it would be really unfair.
They fucked over Tony Ferguson basically like that. So fuck it. Who caars? And
I
they're doing
I wish they just made the rematch.
And they're doing the same shit to Beneil Dariush right now, anyways. So.
But then again, Antonio, Sean fights 2 times a year. And Vera fights like 4 or 5 times a year. There's no way he would wait for Sean.
Yeah, Vera's not waiting. Vera's clearly not waiting. He could have easily waited for a title shot, and he's not waiting. He decided to fight Corey Sanhagen, which is crazy.
All right, I'll rephrase then. I wish the rematch happened.
It should happen next.
That's what I think. That's why I don't think they're wanting. I don't think Sean will fight Marab like ever. I think they want Sean to win the title, and they want Marlon to keep winning so they can have that storyline for the undisputed.
They definitely want Sean to win the title. So what they'll probably do is whoever wins out of Whoever wins this title fight will probably fight the winner of Sandhagen and who's he fighting again?
Marlon Vera.
Yeah, him and Vera, and they'll probably hope that the winner of that can beat Aljamain Sterling if he wins, or I don't know if Cejudo is even going to stick around, but then they'll probably try to get Sugar to fight one of those guys if they could beat him. But I don't think they want
Yeah, but the thing
O'Malley
is, though,
going up
bro,
against.
we're talking, bro, Antonio. If he waited that long, that would be like 1.5 to 2 years layoff for Sean.
They got it.
That time frame is terrible.
It is tough because like you've been like everybody's been saying, like who's he gonna fight though? Like
Yeah, where they
I
messed
don't
up was
know.
where then when they freaking jumped Sean up to Peter Yan. That's where they messed up. They should have had him fight like Sandhagen or someone a little lower. But they jumped Sean O'Malley up above everybody. And then now they
I don't
kind of
know,
screwed everything.
I mean, he makes money, so they kind of had. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, it's best for money for sure. Sean O'Malley with the title is without a doubt the best for money. Is gonna make you the most money.
Well, shit, I think the biggest fight in this division is Sean versus Marlon. So
And I don't think Sean is ducking him or scared. They're just not making the fight. They're waiting. They're wanting to wait. They're wanting them to meet in the end for the belt.
yeah,
Because that's what's gonna make them the most money. They can easily make that a main event of a pay-per-view. Easily.
That would be a sick storyline and everything.
this division's fucked.
All right, I think we're good for now. I think that'll be it for today. All right, thanks to Tanner. Shout out to you for joining us.
No problem,
Yeah,
man. Thanks for having me.